free COD points, ain't got money. Stop using Razorback. Listen here, buddy. There's a link in the description. I want you to tap. Click that, earn points, download the app. Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Goblin. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. In today's video, it's going to be another episode of my How to Make Guns Overpowered, or my Black Ops 3 Best Class Setups series. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Razorback SMG. Now, this gun, there's a lot of confusion going around it, and I'm here to clear that up and give you guys a very overpowered class setup with this Razorback. I really do like this class setup because of how strong it is and how much it takes away from the BS in the game and lets you just play the game and have fun. So we'll get into this class up in a minute. We'll talk a bit about the Razorback, as well as a bunch of stuff about SMGs in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But first off, I'd like to shoot for a goal of 3,000 likes. That'd be absolutely awesome if we could hit 3,000 likes. I know it's a big goal to go for, but you guys have been smashing a lot of likes and a lot of love on all my episodes of this Overpowered series, so I think we can hit that. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and let's get right into this. So the first thing I want to say about the Razorback is a lot of people tend to get confused because of my intro, you know, the little rap I have for the intro for the free COD points. People say, because in my rap I say stop using the Razorback and listen here, buddy, and a lot of people call me out in the comments. You guys won't believe how many comments I've gotten saying fuck you, buddy, I love the Razorback, or why are you making fun of the Razorback, or something like that. And in reality, the intro song, what I mean in the song is not stop using the Razorback, but it's more like stop using the Razorback, get some COD points so you can get the new weapons. It's just put in there because it's just a song, you know. I don't really mean don't use the Razorback, and people take that thing too literally. Now, the Razorback is probably not the best SMG, but it is, I'd say, like an average SMG, and with this class setup you can make it very powerful. I just want to clear that up about the intro because a lot of people always ask me that, and people always get mad at me for that. So that's just to clear that up. Let's talk a bit about the Razorback. What are the Razorback strengths? It has a pretty fast fire rate. It's a pretty good SMG overall. The actual description of this gun on Black Ops 3 says that it's a full auto submachine gun with the best accuracy in class and ideal for mid-range engagements, and I can kind of agree with that. A lot of the times the stats they provide on you for on the game of Black Ops 3 are really off. I mean, there's one stat I think where it says quick draw improves your accuracy, which that doesn't really make any sense, and sometimes the gun descriptions are off as well. But I think for the Razorback it's definitely true. I don't know about the best accuracy in class, but this thing is very accurate. You don't need a grip on this thing, and it does very well at medium to long range engagements for a submachine gun. So let's throw the class setup up on the screen and talk about it. This is the class setup that I use, and in this gameplay actually I go 93 to 16 I think, so it's a pretty good gameplay. I use the Razorback to its strengths, and that's what these overpowered class setups are designed for. They're designed for getting the most out of a class setup. So on a gun that you don't need grip, or a gun that you don't need quick draw, we take those points and put them into the perks, or put them into extra attachments to make the guns very powerful. Let's throw the class setup right here and talk about it. So here we have it, the Razorback, obviously the dark matter camo, and what I have on it, I have is 2 attachments. Now, I always say either run 2 or 3 attachments. Sometimes you might want to run 4, but 2 or 3 is the usual powerhouses. And on this one, what I have are basically fast mags and quick draw. You don't need grip on this thing. You don't need stock because it's a really fast moving gun. The good thing about the SMGs that are sort of low key, or, you know, not the super up there ones like the VMP or the Kuda, is Treyarch sort of ignores them. Treyarch doesn't nerf these guns, so that means that they still have a super fast aim down sight time. They really don't have that much recoil. They still have a really fast stock time. So that's why I get to use just 2 attachments on this thing. Fast mags, obviously reload fast. This gun does shoot pretty fast, and you do run out of ammo fast. And then of course quick draw is just, it's an SMG. You're going to want to quick draw people. You're going to want to aim down sights, and that's why I have 2 attachments. Now, because I'm only running 2 attachments, I have a lot of extra slots, and this thing is decked out with perks. I have 5 perks on this damn class setup. What I have is, under the first perk slot, I have Afterburner, as well as Flak Jacket. Very standard Flak Jacket. You're going to be rushing with an SMG. Afterburner, you're going to be jumping around, you're going to be sliding around, and you definitely want to move very fast. I think the Afterburner is something that during the first 6 months, or the first maybe 9 months of the game even, I kind of ignored it. I kind of didn't use Afterburner. I sort of thought, you know, Flak Jacket was more important. You know, I didn't really care for Afterburner. But honestly, Afterburner on a map like Nuketown, you can use height to your advantage. A lot of people, even though this game is Black Ops 3, it's you know, advanced movement system, a lot of average players, or just casual players, I guess if you could call them that, they play the game traditionally. They don't use wall runs. They don't wall run high up. They don't even look high up in the sky. So one thing that, if you are good with Afterburner and good with your movement, maybe use a scuff controller, maybe something like that, if you're way up high on the map, and especially on a map like Redwood or even Nuketown, if you get up super high on the wall runs, people aren't even going to be able to see you. You're literally going to be out of their field of view if they're sitting on the ground, and that's why Afterburn is very helpful. Flak Jacket is standard. Perk 2, I have fast hands as well as scavenger, basically just so I can go on streaks, because you are going to run out of ammo really fast with the Razorback. So that's why you need scavenger. And of course, fast hands is just, this gun already has such a fast aim down sight speed that you really don't need fast hands and quick draw. But I decided to put them on, and it just makes this thing out of this world. The sprint out time on this thing, if you're running, you get into an enemy, boom, you're just like you're quick scoping them. The way you aim down sights and can spray people down. I absolutely love that about this class. And of course, for the third perk slot, this one was up for grabs. I was kind of thinking about this one. Should I run Blast Suppressor or should I run Tac Mask? And I threw on Tac Mask because that sort of just makes it safe. I like a class setup that is sort of, I feel safe and I feel confident with. If I had this class up without Blast Suppressor, I would feel confident, but one thing is if they're running stun grenades, there's really no defense for a stun. Like, once you're stunned. Obviously, the defense for a stun or a flash is Tac Mask. Now, if you're not running that and you get stunned, you literally can't do anything. That guy, even if his gun skill is 10 times worse than you, if you're stunned, you're not going to be able to turn, and he's going to absolutely destroy you. And that's why I like to run Tac Mask. Besides the ping that's on the mini-map, when you do jump, the thing is with Blast Suppressor, it stops the ping and it stops the sound, but it only does that, like, you're only going to ping every once in a while. It's not every time you slide. It's only every time, like, you pop the double jump, which isn't that often if you actually think about it. That's why I think, and the ping is so little, I think that most casual players don't even look for that. I mean, a lot of people don't even look at their mini-map, and obviously you guys need to be looking at your mini-map. It's probably the best tip of Call of Duty, and that's why I think that running Tac Mask is probably the best one. A lot of people, especially on a smaller map, love to run stuns and flashes, and not that many people pay that close attention. Like, even a person like myself, I look at the minimap all the time, and how many times I've seen someone do a double jump and I've really gotten a kill off of that is not that often. The big thing for me is because I have a gaming headset, I hear when people do double jumps, and that's why I think Blast Suppressor is good, because it has those two ways. But honestly, I'd say in any competitive scene, or if you're playing against good players, you need Blast Suppressor 100%. But in a casual match, you can kind of just hope they don't have headsets and hope they don't, pay close attention to the minimap. It all depends. You could make it double of this class setup up, and then if you see a lobby where people are running stun grenades, you can run Tac Mask. If you see a lobby where they're not running stun grenades, you can run the Blast Suppressor. That's honestly probably the best ideas. If you just duplicate this class and make two variants of it, you could probably do that with a lot of class setups, because that might actually be a very smart idea. You make 5 class setups with Blast Suppressor, and then 5 pretty identical ones with Tac Mask, and then if there's like 2 or 3 enemies using stun grenades or flashbangs, you switch over to that class setup. I might have to try that out and use that a little bit more. Playing to your strengths and your weaknesses of the enemies is actually a big thing, and a lot of people think that Call of Duty, like, when people think about Call of Duty, especially public matches, they think it's just so casual. It doesn't matter. Just run around, use the Gorgon with a Varic scope. But honestly, if you play a little bit tactical, if you use your head, if you use your brain a little bit and think about your class setups, think about what the enemies are using. The enemies are using shotguns. Okay, I'm going to pull out the M8 and sit back and catch them when they're running across the map. The enemies are using snipers. Okay, I'm going to use a shotgun and get up close to them in their building and just destroy them all. If you use your head a little bit and think about what class setups you're going to want to run, which gun and class is perfect for each situation, there's a lot of things that go into that. The first thing would obviously be the map. That's the most important. Second would be game mode. Third would probably be what the enemies are using, which that one, it kind of gets more advanced. And honestly, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it doesn't even matter what the enemy, like people say, they think it's a big casual thing. And the most important thing, that would be the fourth one, would be, use a gun that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with the Razorback, you shouldn't be using the Razorback. If you are comfortable with that, and that's why I see a lot of people in the comment section saying they prefer the Razorback over the VMP. Statistically, the Razorback isn't better than the VMP, but if you find yourself doing very, very well with the Razorback and doing very, very bad with the VMP, suit yourself. Go and use what is best for you. And that's why, even though I give you these best class setups, and that's why I try to give you one for each gun, because I know a lot of people are going to, I talk about the M8 a lot, I talk about the VMP a lot, but I know a lot of people, no matter what, some people are still going to think the XR2 is better than the M8. And that's just because of their personal experience and personal preference. Everyone plays the game differently. Everyone sees different things when they're playing. And that's basically why I give you a class setup for every gun, and then let you guys decide as well. You should take take my advice for these overpowered class setups, but then use those 4 things, the map, the game mode, what the enemies are using, and what you're comfortable with to decide which gun you're going to want to use. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, I'd really appreciate if you guys could smash up a like on this thing. Like I said, 3,000 likes is the goal. If we could hit that, you guys would be the real MVPs. I would absolutely love that. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and if you guys are did make it to the end of the video, comment Razorback down in the comment section down below so I can see who the true supporters are who made it to the end of the video. I love doing that. I love when people comment Razorback, and then a lot of the people who didn't watch to the end of the video get confused and start arguing in the comments. It is pretty funny. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Subscribe for Cookie and Not Licky, and I'm out. Peace. Have a great night, guys.